Hi guys, this is Go Time with Showtime. Before we start this story right here is going to come out of Roxford, Illinois. Now, this story contains 44-year-old Antonio Monroe. Now, what he did is sad that he did this to this 10-year-old little girl. Also, it does not raise a flag to me because this is happening too often around the world. And I think parents need to stop acting like the world is unicorn rainbows and no crimes are happening, and need to start taking and paying more attention to their kids before they letting their kids out into the streets with no adult supervisions, like things would not like this would not happen. So guys, before I get into this story, like always, we're gonna roll this clip and we're gonna come back and talk about it. I'll see you here in a sec.
Saturday night. Today we learned that she was kidnapped and murdered by a sex offender. Rockford police held a briefing just hours ago and put together a timeline of events. Officers were dispatched just after noon on Saturday after a woman said her 6-year-old daughter came home and told her that a man had taken her 10-year-old sister. The girl's body was found outside a house in the 1200 block of 9th Avenue. She was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. The 6-year-old sister had reportedly been strangled as well before escaping. An officer with the K-9 located a suspect near 9th Street and Woodruff Avenue. He was taken into custody after a brief struggle. 44-year-old Antonio Monroe of Blue Island has been charged with first-degree murder, attempted murder, 2 counts of kidnapping, and 1 count of aggravated battery via strangulation.
Growing up in this city, I had the ability to stay outside and play until the street lights came on. Unfortunately, that's not the case anymore due to 6 individuals that managed to make their way into the community. As a parent myself, I became an avid bike rider because my kids wanted to ride bikes. So we know this is not the time of the yesteryears, and we have to watch over our children.
Monroe is in the hospital for an unrelated issue and will be released into police custody after treatment. This is an ongoing investigation. Police are trying to figure out why Monroe was in Rockford.
Welcome back, guys. Now you see that story. This 44-year-old man kidnapped 2 kids, a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old. Took them off, strangled both girls, but actually killed one. The other one got away, was able to make it home and tell her parents some man strangled her and killed her sister. I find this story disturbing. A lot of people question why is a sex offender on the street. If a person does not know the type of time that a sex offender get, they would know why a sex offender is on the street. They get really no time for the crime they commit against a child. I have not saw a lengthy sentence for a child molester unless he killed the child in the process. That's how sex offenders are able to walk the street. They get no more than 6 to 8 years, and then they get out on probation, parole, whatever, to finish the rest and have to register as a sex offender. Some do, some don't. And we also have things set up in the world where you can know where sex offenders are at in your community. A lot of parents don't like to look at it. And I've heard parents say that they don't want to know. I would want to know. Because before I send my child out my house in the streets, like everything is good in this neighborhood, when it's probably sex offenders on next streets or 3-4 streets over, why would I do that? For one, if you got a yard, let your children play in your yard. They don't need to be down the street somewhere unsupervised if you're not watching them. This world is not the world it used to be. It's not where you could leave home, leave your door unlocked, go out for the whole day, come back, and your house is unbothered. Nobody done broke in, nobody in there waiting to kill you, or nothing like that. That world right there don't exist no more. This world right here is evil. And my heart goes out to this family. I'm so sad that this happened to these kids. This other little girl, hopefully she get through this. But she's now finna grow up without a sister. Her older sister. Now, things like this happen too often for people just to still be trusting to let their kids out their eyesight. My kids at that age, I have a yard. They're gonna play in the yard where I can see them when I look out the window. And they're not playing in the front yard. They're playing in the back behind a gate. I don't trust the world that much with my kids that I'm finna just let my kids be out, maybe in the front yard, somebody pull up, snatch them, and take them off. No. Parents need to be more protective of their children because there's things out here happening every day. They need to monitor who they dating. I don't care. You meet a new person, I don't care. It's things to check their backgrounds. You need to check backgrounds these days on people. You need to look on the site for sex offenders in your neighborhood. You need to take measurements as a parent that loves their kids and don't want nothing to happen to their kids a little further than we're doing. Yeah, it might come off as overprotective. I'd rather be overprotective than a parent later on bearing my child when my child should be bearing me when they get older. Guys, leave comments below. Let me know how you feel about this story. Remember, like, share, comment, and subscribe, guys. And I'll see all you back here in my next video.